He loved that he was one of the people. All right, okay. I'll tell you about it later, but my beautiful wife is in the cab and she's gonna help me do a compression test because my single but lonely guy switch is broken. So we're gonna do cylinder 1 first. I'll try to holler at you. All right, here we go. Go ahead, babe. All right. Dang. That'd be 160, 165-ish in cylinder 1. All right, let me thread the next one in. Well, hold on. I gotta get this thing out. Where are my tools? All right, almost ready for number 2. No. What the heck? All right, now we're actually almost ready for number 2. All right, hit it. All right, we got like 145-ish. All right, we're gonna do cylinder number 3 here in a second. There we go. Okay, babe, go ahead and hit it again. All right, 155. All right, babe, number 4. All right, we got about 160-ish. So I've been trying to figure out what that terrible slapping noisy sound thing is. So I did a little bit of work off camera just because I don't know what I'm doing, but I actually ran the motor for a few minutes without the valve cover on because somebody in another group was saying that like the housing that holds like the bottom of your PCV valve, theirs had like, I don't know, I got loose, there's like screws holding it in or whatever, and it was hitting one of the valves. I was hoping that was all that it was. What's weird about it, and I've talked about this in the last video, is that it's really intermittent. So like, it only does it, you know, it's like 60% of the time it does it all the time kind of a thing. So what I think I'm gonna, so I pulled the valve cover off, I ran it for a couple minutes, got oil all over the place, which I knew would happen. And then I poured a little bit of Marvel mystery oil in it, and then another thing I checked was spark plugs. So I talked to my dad, and he said that he was like, well, what if it's a miss or like an exhaust leak? Or the miss thing kind of made sense. So the spark plugs are absolutely in awful condition, and also all of the porcelain or whatever it is on a couple of them, it's cracked. So, you know, what if maybe like something is sticking, but also one of the cylinders is missing, so that's why it's kind of happening sometimes. I don't know if that could possibly be a thing, but so we're gonna put new spark plugs in it. Also, when I pulled the plugs to go get the new spark plugs, I sprayed WD-40 in all of the cylinders, and then we just did that compression test, which it's got, you know, pretty good compression. 165, 145, 155, 160-ish. That's pretty decent for a 40-year-old, almost, you know, 44-year-old motor with 200 and some odd thousand miles on it. So anyway, we're gonna do new plugs. I went ahead and got new plug wires too because, well, you know, we were gonna need them anyway. These are kind of toasty. So let's go ahead and switch those out, and then I just want to like run this thing. And then another thing that I read was there were some people that had just put higher weight oil in it, in them, and that is also a thing that I would like to try. This oil, I don't know if maybe there was a bunch of gas in the intake or what, but the oil just looked super thin. So maybe we'll put a little bit heavier weight oil in it too and see if that does anything. But right now we're going to do plugs and wires. cylinder 2 felt a little squirrely. Like, I don't know if it had been cross-threaded at some point, but it felt like I was kind of, I don't know. I went in and then I felt like I had to kind of come back out and then like kind of finger tighten it, and then I just used the extension with my fingers to get it kind of tight. And I'm kind of worried about over torquing it, so I don't know. I think it's been cross-threaded or something at some point. So that makes me kind of think maybe my dad was right with the miss or something. So I did get it in there, and I didn't want to over torque it, but I feel like it's tight enough. So I'm gonna do the plugs now. All right, my lovely wife helped me re-bleed the brakes and the clutch. I had done it myself, you know, used the stick and pushed it down and etc. way, but I feel like that doesn't really work that good. And then I have a Harbor Freight vacuum bleeder, and those work good, I think, if you're putting in, like, to kind of get started, like if you're putting in a new master cylinder or a new brake cylinder or something. But I don't think that they do as good of a job as the old-fashioned way, back how Grandma used to do it, you know. So we're doing these now. Are these the same? Okay, okay, this one's a little shorter. Oh, this is for the coil. Okay. Oh wait, it's 1, 3. Dang it. I'm all discombobulated now. 1, 3, 4, 2. Yes. 1, 3. Wait, yes. Okay, I got the coil wire laced up. Make sure all these are tight and good. So we got 1, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 3, 4, and 2. Okay, yep. Timing is correct. I don't love how that is, but it's fine for now. Got new plugs in. We got that cylinder 2 plug that I'm kind of sketched out by the threads. We did our compression test and got our new carburetor on from last week. The brakes and the clutch are bled. I would really like to just run this thing for like 20 minutes. And oh yeah, I put the Marvel Mystery oil in it, and I got the new valve cover gasket. So let's just see what happens. All right, I tightened my linkage back up. It's still not perfect, but it's better than it was. So let's see if this thing will fire up. I gotta get this idle set better. Well, I pulled it out of the garage and I was letting it idle, and we've got a pretty big problem here. It threw a rod right through the block. So engine swap, I guess. Wow, it's kind of scary. It like revved really high, and then that happened. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna start stripping this thing and then try to locate another Mazda 2.0 motor, so we'll be back on it someday, I guess.